All right, so in response to talking about me doing the carnivore diet and all of the amazing benefits, our friend asks, would you suggest the carnivore diet for a diabetic who is having trouble staying away from certain foods and regulating blood sugar? My husband is considering it. So first off, I'm not a doctor, dietitian, nothing like that. I have just been on my health and fitness journey for over 2 decades, and I've learned a lot in the process. I've only been doing carnivore for probably 5 months. But already, the things that I've noticed are blowing my mind every day, and I'm sharing it with you. Now, I've never suffered from diabetes. It's never been an issue. In fact, there's never really been a reason for me to go carnivore because of health issues. But I am super curious about what we've been lied to and what we've been told and all this crap that we were given ever since the food guide pyramid came out, and the people saying, oh, you should eat grains to be healthy, you should eat oatmeal and rice to be healthy, and all this bullshit that we were told that we needed to be healthy when none of it was really true, even for athletes, even for building muscle. So when it comes to something like diabetes and the possibility that you just need to change your diet in order to heal yourself, oh, that grabbed my attention big time. As someone who's suffered from so many mental disorders, or at least that's what I was told my entire life, I've learned a lot about carnivore curing a lot of mental problems that people have, because at the end of the day, what I'm learning is that carbohydrates are crap. And if someone was telling me this a year ago, as someone who was consuming protein and carbohydrates after lifting weights to build muscle, I would have told them to fuck off, for real. So the fact that I'm telling you that you don't need carbohydrates mixed with protein to build muscle anymore is, it still blows my mind that I'm even saying these words. So what I'm just giving you is a little background on the things that we thought we knew about our bodies, that we were told, that we bought into, that weren't true. So the short answer to this for, type 1, did they say type 1 diabetic? Would suggest the carnivore diet for a diabetic. So I don't know if you're type 1 or type 2, but the short answer would be yes. And the problem with this, though, is that I'm assuming obviously you've got a doctor that you're going to see. And my question is, what kind of a doctor is it? Are they for nutrition, healing you? Are they all about putting you on statins for cholesterol? Are they, what kind of an endocrinologist are we dealing with here? Has your doctor ever asked you about food and the issues with insulin? Or I go into this and I have to stop myself because, again, I'm not a doctor, but I know that there's big money in diabetes. There's big money in cancer. There's big money in pharmaceuticals. So pardon my little pauses as I'm just trying to wonder, what are we dealing with here? But I do know that there's tons of people who have cured their type 2 diabetes by going carnivore, by getting off the carbohydrate. And as I say these things, I have to remind myself that most people have been eating the standard American diet of processed foods their whole life. Most people think that Gatorade and cold cereal with milk on it is a good way to live. Most people think that giving their kids Pop-Tarts or Hot Pockets is okay. Most people think that if it says low fat on the box, it's okay to eat it. And I have to remind myself that as someone who hasn't eaten highly processed foods in a long time, that it's not so easy for people to just say no to those things and retrain their bodies and their brains to what is healthy. If you haven't really seen my content, I will tell you I am not a moderation in all things kind of person. I am not the kind of person you want to go to that says, it's okay once a week to have a cheat meal. I don't believe that. I think that if something has seed oils in it, you should stay away from it altogether. What I would suggest is getting onto YouTube and looking up doctors like this and seeing what these actual doctors are saying about carnivore curing type 1 or even type 2 diabetes. And as you look at those videos, notice the comments. There's a lot of people who are sharing their stories of having diabetes for years, if not decades, and finally learning about carnivore and how much it's helped them have better lives. Now, is it an extreme diet? Is cutting out processed foods extreme? To a lot of people, it is. To me, it's not a big deal. And that's the problem, is that people get so overwhelmed with giving up their lifestyle, even though it's killing them, that they just want to go back to their comfy, happy, warm, fuzzy Pop-Tarts, pizza, junk food world that they grew up in. And most people don't think about the garbage that they're putting in their bodies until it's too late, until they're at a point in their life where they're in the hospital for an aneurysm, whatever. I see it every day, and as someone who's, maybe I'm extreme, I don't know, but as someone who takes her health very seriously in that aspect, I'm just really surprised that we, live in a world where we literally are poisoning our children with cereals in the morning and not giving them more meat and butter and ghee and eggs, whole eggs, to make their brains healthy. All right, maybe I went off a little bit on this, but I cannot stress enough how much I wish people would look into this. And yes, your husband should consider it. If not carnivore, keto, baby step into it. There's so much that you can do for diabetes that people, their doctors they're not gonna tell you about it, in my opinion. So we have to take our health in our own hands and be our own advocates. And really, that's all we got. But yes, I would suggest looking into carnivore and keto for your husband, and I bet you so much that he would have improvements. Yeah, check the blood sugar, all that stuff. Of course, I'm not saying to not see your doctor anymore, but I'm just saying you need to be doing your own research and maybe doing your own testing, if you will, and see what happens and how much you can improve your own health for sure.